Greetings and welcome. Here, we believe every mystery deserves to be solved, and every story deserves to be told. From lost civilizations to groundbreaking discoveries, we take you through them all, one fascinating episode at a time. Now we explore, explain, Zeus, King of the Gods, complete Greek mythology explained.
Zeus, the supreme deity of the Greek pantheon, occupies a central position in Greek mythology as the ruler of Mount Olympus and the god of the sky, thunder, and justice. His significance in Greek culture transcends mere myth, reflecting the ancient Greeks' understanding of cosmic order, authority, and morality. The myths surrounding Zeus are abundant and complex, intertwining stories of his birth, ascension to power, familial conflicts, and interactions with mortals and immortals alike. This first part delves into the origins of Zeus, the circumstances surrounding his birth, his childhood, and the rise to supreme authority among the gods, establishing the foundation for his enduring role in mythology. Zeus was the youngest child of the Titans Cronus and Rhea. Cronus, warned by a prophecy that one of his children would overthrow him, swallowed each of his offspring immediately after birth. Rhea, distraught at the loss of her children, devised a plan to save her youngest, Zeus. She gave birth to Zeus in secrecy on the island of Crete, entrusting him to the care of nymphs and hiding him in a cave beneath the Idaean mountains. In place of the infant, Rhea presented Cronus with a swaddled stone, which he swallowed without suspicion. This early myth emphasizes themes of fate, deception, and survival, illustrating the precariousness of divine succession in Greek cosmology. The protection of Zeus as a child symbolizes the hidden forces of destiny and the eventual triumph of the rightful order over tyranny. During his upbringing, Zeus was nurtured by the nymphs Adrasteia and Ida, who fed him on the milk of the divine goat Amalthea. This period of concealment is not merely a story of survival, but also represents the cultivation of strength and wisdom necessary to challenge cosmic authority. Mythical accounts suggest that Zeus's playmates in the cave included the Kouretes, armed dancers who clashed their spears against their shields to mask the infant's cries, thereby preventing Cronus from discovering his hiding place. These narratives highlight the interplay of divine strategy and protection, portraying the early life of Zeus as a blend of vulnerability and foresight. Moreover, the nurturing of Zeus in secrecy indicates the importance of preparation and resilience before assuming power, a recurring motif in the myths of heroism and kingship across Greek mythology. The eventual overthrow of Cronus marks the first significant act of Zeus's ascendancy. As he matured, Zeus orchestrated a revolt against his father, with the aid of Metis, the goddess of wisdom. Metis provided a potion that forced Cronus to regurgitate his previously swallowed children, Hestia, Demeter, Hera, Hades, and Poseidon. This act restored the balance of the Olympian lineage and initiated a period of struggle between the younger gods and the Titans, known as the Titanomachy. The Titanomachy, a decade-long war between the Olympians and the Titans, represents a cosmic battle between the old and new orders, a mythological reflection of generational conflict and the transition of power. Zeus's leadership in this war underscores his strategic acumen, physical prowess, and ability to inspire loyalty among the gods, traits that would define his reign on Mount Olympus.
The victory of the Olympians in the Titanomachy solidified Zeus's position as the supreme deity. After the defeat of the Titans, Zeus and his siblings drew lots to divide the realms of the cosmos. Zeus claimed dominion over the sky, Poseidon the sea, and Hades the underworld, while the remaining deities received other aspects of the cosmos. This division reflects the Greek conceptualization of cosmic order and the distribution of divine authority. Zeus's dominion over the sky endowed him with the powers of thunder and lightning, symbols of his authority and ability to enforce justice. These elements became central to his identity, as he was often depicted wielding a thunderbolt, an instrument both of destruction and of moral governance, embodying the duality of divine power as protective and punitive. Zeus's consolidation of power was accompanied by his establishment of law, order, and justice among both gods and humans, Numerous myths attribute to Zeus the role of arbitrator and enforcer of moral and social codes. He presided over assemblies of gods, resolved disputes, and ensured that the balance of power remained intact. Furthermore, Zeus's actions often extended to the mortal realm, where he upheld oaths, punished transgressors, and maintained the sanctity of hospitality, a core value in Greek society. In this capacity, Zeus exemplifies the intertwining of divine authority with human ethics, reflecting the belief that the gods' conduct mirrored ideals that humans were expected to emulate. His omnipresent influence over both realms demonstrates the interconnectedness of divine oversight and mortal affairs, reinforcing the moral and social fabric of ancient Greek culture. The mythology surrounding Zeus's birth, upbringing, and rise to power is replete with symbolic meaning, illustrating the broader themes of Greek religious thought. The narrative emphasizes the inevitability of fate, the strategic application of wisdom and cunning, and the moral responsibilities inherent in leadership. Zeus's triumph over Cronus is not merely a tale of familial conflict, but a profound allegory for the establishment of cosmic order, where authority is justified through courage, intelligence, and ethical governance. Moreover, the stories convey the notion that true power is cultivated through preparation, experience, and adherence to principles, lessons that resonated deeply with ancient audiences and contributed to the enduring legacy of Zeus in Western cultural imagination.
Another critical aspect of Zeus's mythological persona is his role in shaping the pantheon of Olympian gods. Beyond his siblings, Zeus was instrumental in guiding the development of divine institutions, overseeing marriages, alliances, and rivalries among gods. He mediated conflicts, such as those between Hera and other Olympians, and ensured that divine hierarchy was maintained. The myths often depict Zeus as both a benevolent ruler and a formidable force, reflecting the complex nature of authority, which must balance mercy and discipline. This duality underscores the Greeks' nuanced understanding of power, portraying the supreme deity as a figure whose decisions are consequential and whose moral compass guides the fate of gods and humans alike. Zeus's formative experiences also influenced his interactions with mortals. In numerous myths, Zeus intervened in human affairs, sometimes to punish hubris, as in the story of Lycaon, or to reward piety and virtue, as with the case of Deucalion and Pyrrha, survivors of the Great Flood. These stories illustrate his function as an enforcer of justice, ensuring that the moral and ethical standards upheld by the divine order were mirrored in human society. The emphasis on Zeus's involvement with humanity reflects the ancient Greeks' belief in a moral cosmos, where divine oversight ensures accountability and human actions have consequences that extend beyond the temporal world. Through these narratives, Zeus becomes a bridge between the cosmic and the human, embodying both authority and moral guidance.
Zeus's reign as the king of the gods was marked not only by his authority and power, but also by the intricate network of relationships he maintained with other deities. The myths surrounding these interactions reveal the complexities of divine society, the negotiation of power, and the moral and ethical dynamics of the Greek pantheon. Central to these narratives is Zeus's relationship with his sister wife Hera, the goddess of marriage and family, whose interactions with Zeus exemplify the tensions between personal desire, political authority, and moral order in divine mythology. The stories of Zeus and Hera often illustrate conflict, reconciliation, and the balance between autonomy and interdependence, reflecting human social structures and the challenges of leadership within both divine and mortal spheres. Hera, as both sister and consort to Zeus, represents a unique duality in Greek mythology. While she embodies loyalty, protection, and the sanctity of marriage, her narratives frequently highlight the strains caused by Zeus's numerous infidelities. These myths are not mere tales of domestic quarrels. They offer insight into Greek perceptions of power, gender, and morality. Hera's response to Zeus's actions, ranging from jealousy and punishment of his lovers to political maneuvering among the gods, demonstrates her agency and influence within the pantheon.
In the broader context of Greek culture, Hera's role emphasizes the challenges inherent in authority, where personal desires and ethical obligations must coexist with the responsibilities of leadership. Zeus's interactions with Hera, therefore, are as much about maintaining divine order as they are about interpersonal dynamics, underscoring the moral and structural complexities of the gods' relationships. Beyond his relationship with Hera, Zeus's interactions with other Olympian gods reflect his role as an arbiter, strategist, and enforcer of cosmic law. Prominent among these stories is the myth of Prometheus, the Titan who defied Zeus by stealing fire for humanity. Prometheus's actions challenged the established order, as Zeus had intended to keep divine knowledge, including fire, reserved for the gods. The subsequent punishment of Prometheus, bound to a rock where an eagle perpetually consumed his liver, underscores Zeus's commitment to maintaining authority and the consequences of hubris. However, the myth also portrays Zeus as a figure capable of pragmatism and eventual reconciliation, as Prometheus was ultimately freed by Heracles. This narrative highlights the tension between divine control and the fostering of human civilization, illustrating how Zeus's decisions balance punishment with eventual restitution and moral reasoning.
Zeus's relationships also extend to the goddesses Athena, Artemis, and Aphrodite, each of whom embodies distinct aspects of divine influence and human experience. Athena, born fully armed from Zeus's forehead, symbolizes wisdom, strategy, and the fusion of intellect with power. Her birth, unique among the myths, emphasizes Zeus's capacity for creative and decisive action, demonstrating his role not only as ruler, but also as progenitor of divine innovation. Athena's interactions with Zeus further underscore the importance of guidance and counsel in governance, as she often serves as his advisor in both divine and mortal affairs. Artemis, as a goddess of the hunt and protector of the natural world, reflects Zeus's acknowledgement of autonomy among his children, allowing her independence while maintaining overarching authority. Aphrodite, associated with love and desire, often intersects with Zeus's own narratives of attraction and relational complexity, highlighting the pervasive influence of emotional dynamics in the divine realm. The interactions between Zeus and mortals further illustrate his moral authority and involvement in the human sphere. Numerous myths depict Zeus intervening in human affairs to uphold justice, reward virtue, or punish transgression. For instance, the tale of Lycaon, the king who attempted to deceive Zeus by serving him human flesh, demonstrates the severe consequences of impiety and hubris. Zeus's punishment, transforming Lycaon into a wolf, serves as both a literal and symbolic reinforcement of moral law. Similarly, the myth of Deucalion and Pyrrha, who survived a great flood sent by Zeus to cleanse the world of human corruption, emphasizes his role as a moral regulator and the embodiment of cosmic justice. Through these narratives, Zeus emerges as a deity whose authority encompasses ethical oversight, reflecting the belief that divine intervention ensures order, morality, and accountability in both the mortal and divine realms. Zeus's involvement in the Trojan War further exemplifies his complex role as both mediator and influencer. In Homeric epics, Zeus is portrayed as a figure who weighs the fates of mortals with deliberation, balancing divine will with human agency. His decisions often reflect a nuanced understanding of justice, honor, and consequence, as seen in his interactions with heroes such as Hector, Achilles, and Agamemnon. While he possesses ultimate authority over the outcome of battles, Zeus frequently allows human initiative to shape events. Illustrating the delicate interplay between divine power and human responsibility, this portrayal reinforces the Greek conception of fate, where the gods guide but mortals act, creating a dynamic tension between predestination and free will that permeates classical mythology.
Another important dimension of Zeus's mythological narrative is his role in the origin and regulation of natural phenomena. As the god of the sky and weather, Zeus wields control over storms, lightning, rain, and seasonal change. These attributes symbolize his capacity to govern both the material and moral order of the cosmos. In agricultural societies, such control held profound significance, as favorable weather determines survival and prosperity. Myths in which Zeus punishes transgressors with storms or droughts
underscore the interconnectedness of natural law and moral law, reinforcing his position as an enforcer of both cosmic and societal order. This dual authority over the physical and ethical realms illustrates the comprehensive scope of Zeus's power and the ancient Greeks' perception of divinity as a regulator of all facets of existence. Zeus's extensive mythological narratives also explore the consequences of his personal choices and desires. His numerous liaisons with goddesses, nymphs, and mortals produced many offspring, including Apollo, Artemis, Hermes, Perseus, and Dionysus. These progeny not only extend his influence across the pantheon and mortal world, but also embody various aspects of human experience, from heroism and wisdom to creativity and pleasure. While some myths highlight the disruptive consequences of these relationships, such as Hera's jealousy or mortal complications, others illustrate the positive contributions of Zeus's children to human civilization. These stories underscore the dual nature of divine action, where authority and desire intersect, generating both order and unpredictability within the cosmic and human realms. In addition to his relationships with individual gods and mortals, Zeus plays a pivotal role in maintaining the cohesion of the Olympian pantheon. His ability to mediate disputes, establish alliances, and enforce divine law ensures the stability of the cosmos. For example, myths recount Zeus arbitrating conflicts between Poseidon and Athens over Athens, ultimately deciding in favor of Athena. Such interventions highlight Zeus's role as a just ruler, whose decisions prioritize collective harmony and long-term stability. By mediating disputes and regulating power, Zeus functions as a model of leadership, demonstrating that authority entails both strength and judicious discernment. These myths reflect ancient Greek ideals of governance, where rulers are expected to balance personal ambition with ethical responsibility and societal welfare. Zeus's moral authority is further reinforced through his enforcement of sacred oaths and societal norms. Many myths depict him punishing those who violate sacred laws, such as the sanctity of hospitality or oaths sworn in his name. The story of Bellerophon, who attempted to reach Mount Olympus with divine hubris, exemplifies the consequences of overstepping mortal boundaries. Zeus's response, sending a divine punishment, reinforces the concept that ethical and moral conduct is paramount, both among gods and humans. These narratives convey a consistent message. Divine authority exists to maintain balance, justice, and societal cohesion, reflecting the moral framework underpinning Greek cultural values. The enduring legacy of Zeus transcends the boundaries of ancient Greek mythology, influencing literature, art, philosophy, and cultural identity for millennia. As the supreme deity of the Greek pantheon, Zeus not only shaped the mythological narratives of his own time, but also established archetypes of authority, justice, and divine human interaction that resonated across subsequent civilizations. Part 3 of this exploration delves into the symbolic meaning of Zeus, his depiction in art and literature, and the ways in which his mythological persona has informed philosophical thought and cultural understanding in Western history. Zeus's symbolism is rich and multifaceted, reflecting both his divine attributes and the moral values he represents. As the god of the sky, thunder, and lightning, Zeus embodies the forces of nature, conveying power, majesty, and omnipotence. His thunderbolt, crafted by the Cyclopses according to myth, serves as a symbol of both destructive capability and righteous authority. In this capacity, Zeus represents the dual nature of power. It can protect, regulate, and uphold order, yet it can also punish, enforce boundaries, and exact justice. The mythological narratives surrounding his use of the thunderbolt underscore the Greeks' understanding of the natural and moral worlds as interconnected, where divine authority ensures the balance of cosmic and societal order. Beyond his elemental associations, Zeus's role as king of the gods conveys profound philosophical and ethical significance. He embodies the principles of leadership, justice, and moral responsibility, serving as a paradigm for both divine and human rulers. In literature, he is frequently portrayed as a mediator and judge, intervening in conflicts among gods and mortals alike to maintain equilibrium.
These narratives illustrate the Greek conception of an ordered universe, wherein power is not absolute, but must be exercised with wisdom, fairness, and ethical discernment. By examining Zeus's mythological actions, scholars and philosophers have drawn lessons regarding governance, morality, and the responsibilities inherent in positions of authority, underscoring the enduring relevance of his persona. Zeus's symbolism is rich and multifaceted, reflecting both his divine attributes and the moral values he represents. As the god of the sky, thunder, and lightning, Zeus embodies the forces of nature, conveying power, majesty, and omnipotence. His thunderbolt, crafted by the Cyclopses according to myth, serves as a symbol of both destructive capability and righteous authority. In this capacity, Zeus represents the dual nature of power. It can protect, regulate, and uphold order, yet it can also punish, enforce boundaries, and exact justice. The mythological narratives surrounding his use of the thunderbolt underscore the Greeks' understanding of the natural and moral worlds as interconnected, where divine authority ensures the balance of cosmic and societal order. Beyond his elemental associations, Zeus's role as king of the gods conveys profound philosophical and ethical significance. He embodies the principles of leadership, justice, and moral responsibility, serving as a paradigm for both divine and human rulers. In literature, he is frequently portrayed as a mediator and judge, intervening in conflicts among gods and mortals alike to maintain equilibrium. These narratives illustrate the Greek conception of an ordered universe, wherein power is not absolute, but must be exercised with wisdom, fairness, and ethical discernment. By examining Zeus's mythological actions, scholars and philosophers have drawn lessons regarding governance, morality, and the responsibilities inherent in positions of authority, underscoring the enduring relevance of his persona. Zeus's representation in ancient Greek art further amplifies his significance, conveying both his physical grandeur and his symbolic authority. Sculptures, vase paintings, and temple reliefs often depict Zeus in commanding postures, holding his thunderbolt or seated on a throne, exuding dignity and power. One of the most renowned artistic depictions is the colossal statue of Zeus at Olympia, crafted by the sculptor Phidias in the 5th century BCE. This statue, considered one of the 7 wonders of the ancient world, not only celebrated his divine majesty, but also reflected the cultural reverence for Zeus as a central figure in civic and religious life. Artistic representations emphasize his omnipotence and moral authority, while also highlighting his human-like qualities, such as his interactions with gods and mortals, allowing worshippers and viewers to relate to and interpret his narratives in meaningful ways. In literature, Zeus's influence is pervasive, appearing in epic poetry, drama, and philosophical texts. Homer's Iliad and Odyssey provide detailed portrayals of Zeus as a divine arbiter, whose decisions shape the destinies of heroes and the outcome of wars.
These epic narratives highlight his wisdom, authority, and moral judgment, demonstrating the Greeks' conceptualization of divine influence in both human and cosmic affairs. Hesiod's Theogony offers a genealogical perspective, tracing Zeus's rise to power and his establishment of cosmic order, reinforcing his centrality in the pantheon. Furthermore, tragedies by playwrights such as Aeschylus, Sophocles, and Euripides often depict Zeus's influence indirectly, using his moral authority and divine justice as a framework for exploring human ethics, responsibility, and fate. These literary portrayals underscore the role of Zeus as both a narrative catalyst and a moral exemplar, reflecting his pervasive cultural significance. Zeus's symbolic reach extends into philosophy, particularly in the exploration of ethics, natural law, and human governance. Philosophers such as Plato and Aristotle considered mythological narratives, including those of Zeus, as vehicles for understanding human nature, morality, and the organization of society. In Plato's dialogues, the gods' actions, including those of Zeus, are analyzed in terms of justice, virtue, and ethical leadership, providing allegorical lessons for human conduct. Aristotle similarly referenced mythological figures to illustrate principles of order, hierarchy, and rational governance.
Through these philosophical interpretations, Zeus's mythological persona transcended narrative entertainment, becoming a lens through which intellectuals examined questions of morality, social structure, and the responsibilities of leadership, demonstrating the enduring influence of Greek mythology on Western thought. Zeus's cultural impact also extends to the Roman period, where he was syncretized with Jupiter, the chief deity of the Roman pantheon. This adaptation reflects the continuity and adaptability of Zeus's archetype, as his attributes of authority, justice, and cosmic governance were preserved and integrated into Roman religion and culture. Temples, rituals, and festivals dedicated to Jupiter mirrored those of Zeus, ensuring that the conceptual and symbolic significance of the Greek deity persisted across temporal and cultural boundaries. This transmission further cemented Zeus's role as a model of divine authority, illustrating the enduring resonance of his mythological persona beyond its original Hellenic context. Zeus's influence continued through the Renaissance and into modern literature and art, where his mythology inspired works ranging from paintings and sculptures to novels and theatrical adaptations. Renaissance artists, fascinated by classical antiquity, depicted Zeus in dramatic compositions, emphasizing his power, majesty, and moral authority. Writers such as Shakespeare and Goethe drew upon classical mythology, incorporating Zeus's archetype into narratives exploring human ambition, morality, and fate. In contemporary literature and popular culture, Zeus remains a recognizable figure, embodying the archetype of the powerful yet morally responsible ruler, demonstrating the persistent relevance of Greek mythology in shaping storytelling and cultural imagination across centuries.
Moreover, Zeus's legacy can be observed in the study of comparative mythology, where his narratives provide insight into recurring patterns and archetypes across cultures. Scholars have noted parallels between Zeus and other sky gods, such as Odin in Norse mythology, Jupiter in Roman tradition, and Indra in Hindu texts. These comparisons reveal shared human concerns regarding authority, justice, natural phenomena, and moral order, highlighting the universality of the themes represented by Zeus. Through this lens, Zeus's mythology serves not only as a cultural artifact, but also as a window into the collective human psyche, illustrating how societies conceptualize power, responsibility, and ethical conduct. In addition to his symbolic and cultural significance, Zeus's mythology continues to inform ethical discourse and moral philosophy. Stories of divine justice, punishment, and reward provide allegorical frameworks for understanding human behavior, societal norms, and the consequences of ethical transgressions. For instance, narratives in which Zeus punishes hubris or rewards piety serve as enduring lessons about accountability, humility, and moral vigilance. These tales reinforce the notion that leadership and power must be exercised with wisdom and integrity, reflecting the timeless human concern with balancing authority and ethics. By examining Zeus's mythological actions, contemporary readers and scholars gain insight into foundational principles of justice and morality that continue to resonate in modern discourse. Finally, Zeus's enduring appeal lies in the complexity and richness of his character. He embodies the duality of power as both protective and punitive, the tension between desire and responsibility, and the integration of cosmic authority with moral oversight. His narratives encompass triumph and conflict, wisdom and wrath, nurturing and judgment, offering a multidimensional perspective on leadership, ethics, and the human condition. By studying Zeus, one engages not only with the myths of ancient Greece, but also with the broader philosophical, artistic, and cultural currents that have shaped Western thought. The lasting impact of Zeus demonstrates the profound capacity of mythology to inform, instruct, and inspire across time, reinforcing the timeless relevance of these ancient stories.